a finish. What a finish to tonight's game. Cody Bellinger with the go-ahead single in the 11th, in the top of the 11th, to give the Yankees their seventh straight victory. And with the Red Sox and Blue Jays both losing today, the Yankees are now 2 games behind the Blue Jays for first place in the American League East. We're right there. It's right in front of us. If Boone's saying has never been more true than today. Cam Schlittler, the rookie from heaven, it seems like this dude saves the day once again he pitched a gem, and the kid is filthy. He's nasty. Are the Yankees about to take first place? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that here. But first, let's listen to Boone, because I see that Boone's on Yes right now with the manager's report. That's what you got to say.
They tie it up, and we kept at it, and obviously, big job by Bednar there of keeping them down there in the 10th to allow us to string some together there in the 11th.
Wells had a big swing there in the 7th at the time. What's
we're
going
to talk about
kind of
Wells
find
too.
his swing over the last couple
Wells
days?
was good, but he was
Good
bad
hitter.
at the same
It's
time.
Baseball, he's gone through it, but he's capable of that. We've all seen that, so I thought it was a great at bat. Most importantly, obviously the end result's a homer, but it's like the pitches he's able to lay off to get to that point. That's Austin. That's when he's at his best there. So really good at bat that led to getting a pitch he could handle and driving out of the park.
Is Cam okay?
Cam's okay, yeah.
Any hesitation in putting him back out there after he got hit in the forearm?
Cam? No. Once
he was good.
Once he
he
right
got hit
away,
hard
no.
there.
And then when he came in, we were checking on him, and
after watching it again now, I'm like, yeah, he got hit hard.
Where specifically was he hit? Right in the forearm?
Yeah, in the forearm. Kind of, he got the muscles, so kind of
Jacob
got lucky there a
Petruzzi,
little bit.
World Series back on, baby.
Cody said on the field, we all knew they were going to walk Judge, but knowing that to have Bellinger up there against a lefty in that spot, just what's your level of confidence when you see him step to the plate there with one out?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a little fortunate there. We couldn't throw it out there any better, so we dumped a few out there. They kind of did the same thing to us. It wasn't like, balls were rifling all over the place, but Belly's just been so good in those spots, obviously, all year.
You mentioned that. Were you holding your breath there in the 10th inning when they hit one down the right field line?
I bet he was holding his breath after he brung in Devin Williams to blow it. I thought we were done with Devin Williams in high leverage situations. Like, Boone, who's going to bring that up? I want to see who's going to bring that up.
That would stay foul.
Yeah, I thought it was fair off the bat, so, and then kind of willed it foul.
All 3 of those guys in the 11th went the other way. Did you like their approach off Alexander?
I did. I thought Goldie started it off with a really good at bat, driving it to right, getting the guy to third. Belly got a little fortunate there. I mean, that's a bloop, right? But I thought Jazz's swing was excellent, because Alexander's tough left on left. Really good swing going the other way there, and just some good at bats to be able to pile on a little bit there.
Be there.
Yeah.
Pressure situation.
Yeah, we'll dump that one out there too, but we'll take them all.
That fly ball to right. You think Rich could have got that in its?
That's enough. That's enough of Boone. I'm going to take so much of that dude. Yeah, I mean, look, there was some questionable plays, and I will say this, right? Like, we're supposed to beat up on these teams. We're fortunate that we're playing against the Nats and the White Sox before we go into this rough stretch that the gauntlet of death that we're about to face come here next week, right? You guys take a look at that. We all know it's coming. So we have to inch our way as close as possible, because who knows what's going to happen those first 2 weeks of September. But I will say this, look, being 2 games behind, despite everything they've been through, and it's right there, Like, if the Yankees lose this one, if they can't catch the Blue Jays, it's on them. It's gonna be their fault, nobody else's. But a game like today, we could have lost this game a whole bunch of ways. So we got to clean that up. We have to clean that up. When Boone went with Devin Williams there, I mean, what are we doing? Have we not learned our lesson? Really, have we not learned our lesson? Are we gonna do this again? You gonna put me through this again, Boone? I mean, look, I would have went with Weaver. right? How many pitches did Weaver throw yesterday? Let me see. Hold on. I'll look that up in a second. But I would have went with Weaver or somebody else. He cannot pitch in high leverage situations like that. He just can't. And he showed us again today that he blew it again. Thank God we won this, right? But if we would have lost, that's all we would have been talking about is Devin Williams, right? Austin Wells had a good game too, but he continues with the dumb base running mistakes. I don't know what the hell this team does on the bases. You know, in the top of the 10th, he's on third base, 1 out, a routine ground ball. With the infield in, where are you going? Where are you going, really? Like, you have to know this, man. Where are you going? And then why didn't they pinch run him, right? He's probably one of the slowest guys. You have a catcher available in Ben Rice. So, I mean, it's just, and then at that point, I don't think Goldie was in the game yet. So you have a first baseman too. It just is a lot of questionable stuff. That's all I'm going to say. But fortunately, we were able to walk away with the win because it got real scary there. Real scary. And then with Austin Wells trying to bunt. I mean, I like the idea, right? I get it. But what are we doing, man? Volpe laid down a nice bunt today. But this thing is getting out of control. I'm like, bro, if we lose this game at this point, we didn't deserve to win. So I'm looking at the, I'm going to pull this up right here. So this was the availability for today. All right, let me zoom in. This is the bullpen availability. So we had David Bednar. Obviously, he used him. Look, Luke Weaver, he pitched 10. No, he didn't even throw yesterday. But in his last 3 days, he had 10 pitches. So he could have went with Luke Weaver there. He could have went with him and then given him an extra inning, if anything. Mark Leiter Jr., obviously, that's not a guy I want to see in there. And then Fernando Cruz, we burned him yesterday, as well as Tim Hill. But I would have went Weaver for 5 outs or something like that. Bednar, try to get as many outs as you can out of him. And then I go to Devin Williams, Mark Leiter Jr. In a tight game like that, I know I bet Boone was probably thinking, well, it's the White Sox. He should get through it. Nah, man, that dude, Devin Williams, man, he's shaky. He's real shaky, bro. I'm telling you, that dude's dicey. But let me say what's up to the chat, man, because y'all been holding it down for me. Jacob says that shit hit him at 103 exit velocity. Yeah, man, that was tough right there. Jacob says, I would have gone with Weaver. However, then Williams comes in the 8th. No, but he could have pitched Weaver 2 innings. That's what I'm saying. Or at least 5 outs and then bring in Williams for 1. And if he blows it, or if he doesn't look good, you can take him out before the next inning starts. I don't know. There was a better way to finesse it right there. I don't understand where the trust comes from. I don't understand how this team is just going to act like this dude doesn't blow games. Like, how are we going to just keep ignoring the fact that he's blown? At this point, it has to be over a dozen games this season. Over a dozen games. We could be 8 games ahead of the Blue Jays right now, or something like that. So he's not reliable. Like, let's face it, he is not reliable. And as soon as the Yankees just face that fact, the better off this team will be. Duvall, I don't trust in the tie game. Yeah, I don't trust him too much either, man. But I like him better than Devin Williams at this point. Boy Wonder, what's up, my brother? He says, what's up, Low East Side, brother? Yep, definitely. Elias, brother. Last weekend at this time, we were 6.5 back. Yep, 6.5 back. Right now, we are 2 games back. 2 games. And last weekend, let's go back 7 days. Hold on. I'm about to let y'all control the standings too. I'm gonna make the commands. All the stat features and all that still applies. And I added some more stuff too. All right, so a week back, right? Last Saturday, the 23rd, we were 6.5 games back. You're right, Jacob. So we've gained, what's that? 4.5 games in 1 week, which is really good. Really, really good. The Blue Jays are right now facing the Brewers, and the Brewers are tough. The Brewers are absolutely tough. They are, I'm gonna put them up. 85-52. So they got the best record right now in baseball. Jacob says he threw in the 8th. Hey, what's up, Katie? That play was in front of him. However, I think the contact play was on. It don't matter, dude. Look, it's the top of the 10th. You can't. The infield is in. You don't play the contact play there. You just can't. Not with the infield in like that. That's a play that you have to, kind of just get halfway. It was too easy. It was hit too hard. It wasn't. He didn't stand a chance. There was nowhere to go there. Nowhere to go. I think you have to not do that. You tell him, look, if it's in the air, we tagging. I don't know. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. And at the very minimum, if you're gonna go on contact, you got to get somebody faster than Wells, right? You got to pinch run for him. I don't know how fast Ahmed Rosario is, but I'm a bet that he's faster than Walston Wells. And whoever else you got there on the bench, man. Somebody. If we pinch run, who cares, bro? In injury, bro. How many times have they done it before? In case of injury, you go for it, man. Look, that's the thing with the Yankees. They don't have the kill instinct. You gotta go for it at that moment. It's the top of the 10th. It's extra innings, extra freaking innings. You go for it. That's what I say. You go for it. Fuck. Nobody's done. They've done it before. Trust me. But nobody there. You go with Rosario. I'm telling you, you got to go with somebody faster there. And Wells is not a good base runner. Even then, though, right? He should have never went. I don't care if he was fast or not. He should have never went. Plain and simple. But I think this game was a big win because the Yankees almost gave this one up. What up with Devin Williams in a big spot? We can't give games away. And that's the thing that frustrates me is that, like, I felt like they were ready to give this one away. They really were. But fortunately, we came through. But look, we talking about the White Sox here. We talking about the White Sox. Any other team is we can't play like that. We just can't. And that's why I don't want to get my hopes up too much. But it is a good thing, right? See, right now is all. That's why I said if the Yankees can't catch the Blue Jays, that's on them, right? Because they're in a great spot right now. They can take the division. They truly can. Those were Jazz Chisholm had made some comments. He was like, "We're not even thinking about the wild card. We're trying to get the division, then win the World Series." And they really could. It's right there, but they could beat up on these teams and you can sweep all these guys, all these bad teams. They can sweep them all day, and it won't be nothing if come next week we can't get through this, right? If we can't get through, especially Toronto and Boston, if we can't win those series, if we go through another sweep or something like that, or something embarrassing, then that's it. That's our last chance right there, pretty much, unless they blow it themselves. So it's a lot of good things about this team, but it's one of those we have to wait and see. Wait and see, right? Next week, we're going to find out. All of a sudden, 16 games over 500. Baseball is a roller coaster. Yeah, man, but it won't matter if we keep getting swept by the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. And I'm not trying to be negative because look, the win is great. We got to get every single win that we can get right now. Every single win that we can get. I will say this, though, right? Cam Schlittler. What a game by Cam Schlittler. I get it's against the White Sox, but this kid, for his ninth big league start. And I was here last week, right, with you guys, and we had the conversation, who's your top 3 starters, right? If we in a wild card series. And I had Fried, Rodon, and Luis Hill. And I must say that Cam Schlittler, right now, he's working his way into my top 3. He is. I know I picked Hill. That's what I'm saying. But Cam Schlittler, he's working his way there. He is. I'm not gonna lie. He is. The kid looks good. He's getting better. It seems like he's getting better. He's getting better. He left one curveball up there hanging. They got a RBI single for him. I think that was his only run, and that was the only mistake he made, and that wasn't even that damaging at all. So he pitched 6 innings. Hold on. Let me go over here. Oh, you know what? I could put up his stats right here. Let me see something. I'm gonna try something new. Cam Schlittler, last one game. Innings pitched 6. Yep. All right. So he went 6 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. You can't ask for more than that. And the thing ain't gonna go nowhere. All right. Andrew, what's good, my brother? What is good? He's on his way to his first college party. Man, I hope you have a pocket full of rubbers. And your homeboy does too, right? Itchiness says, Boone tried to blow it. Hats off to the boys bailing him out. Season starts Tuesday. Yeah, man. It's going to be a 30-day season. We're going to see what this team is really made of in a few days here. Really, really made of. And they need to come out swinging versus these dudes. Because look, here's the thing, right? And we saw this just 2 weeks ago. You could build all that momentum versus these subpar teams. You could build all that momentum for nothing, right? And run into a brick wall, like they did with Boston. I hope that's not the case with when we get to Houston, because see, Houston has the pitching that could put us in a slump, right? They got the pitchers that could shut us down going into the next series versus Toronto. The Toronto series is huge. That is a big series. We have to win that at home too. It's gonna be packed in there. That's gonna be playoff atmosphere baseball right there. Especially if we're close to catching them, right? Let's say we 2 games, or even right now, like 2 games. If the Toronto series started tomorrow, oh man, it'll be one for the ages. But the Yankees gotta show up, you know. Until they show us that they can win versus these teams, the narrative remains the same. That they beat up on the bad teams and they struggle against the good teams. More than struggle, we really can't beat them. The circus incoming next week. Yes, sir, man. The circus is incoming. Where is it? Yep. Yeah, man. But here's the thing, like, regardless of what happens the next 2 weeks, you know, following that we have another 2 weeks, and there is a way to make it to the playoffs without beating these teams. Or I should say, there's a way to take the division without beating. We're seeing this right now. That other teams like the Brewers and these other teams are beating them for us, as long as we beat up on these bad teams. But once playoff time starts, all that goes out the window, because these are the guys that you're gonna face. These are the teams we are gonna face. So I hope they start now. I mean, how much further, how much more does this team want to get kicked in the teeth, right? Because that's what's been happening. They've been getting punched in the mouth by every freaking team above 500, seems like. Or not above 500, but these specific teams, Boston, Toronto, Houston. We have to make a statement. They got to make a statement going into October. They definitely do. But let me see what we got here. These guys. Oh. All right. My man Ace, what's up, brother? Austin Cruz, what's up, man? Yankees got to win at least the Toronto and Red Sox series coming up. Then I'll feel truly better about them, about the team, and they can legitimately win the division if they do. Yeah. No, if they win the Toronto series and the Red Sox series, I think at that point it's looking really, really good. Really good. But we can't we're gonna see. We're really gonna see. I mean, we still gotta get through Houston too. We still gotta at least get two of those games. I will hope, look, for those next 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of September, I hope that we can win every series against these teams. I'm talking about Boston, Detroit, Toronto, and Houston. If we can win every series, we'll be okay. Like, I think we'll come out of that in first place. But if we go in there and lose a series, if we go in there and lose 2 out of 3 to Houston off the bat, or even get swept over there, and we're playing in Houston, and then we can't lose. It definitely can't lose to Toronto or Boston. Like Austin said, man, those are 2 series we can't lose. I don't know, but we'll see. Like I said, this team, you don't know, man. This team is this team is like a box of chocolate, right? You never know what you're gonna get. Like Forrest Gump said. So Neil will appreciate that junk. If you will to start a fair weather fan merch store, be sure to include whoopee cushions. What are you talking about, dude? Ace says good victory, but we got to clean it up a little. Some bad things reared their head tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a few bad things from the manager side, from the player side, the base running. There's a few bad things that it's like, look, versus the White Sox, you get away with that. Versus the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, a team like that, you're not getting away with that. They capitalize on every extra out, every dumb base running mistake we give them. They seem to always capitalize. We can't do that. We got to clean it up. We definitely got to clean it up. Let's say what's up to Max. What's up, Max? I don't have a song for Max, but we good. Max says, feel bad for the folks who gave up on the team, Jason. I mean, look, it ain't over yet, man. Let's not go jumping for joy, man. At least we in it. We were almost in this exact situation. Well, not exact, but close, just a week ago, right? We had the great road trip. We jumped all over the Twins at home, went and swept the Cardinals, and then swept Tampa Bay, only to get embarrassed by Boston, right? So let's not jump for joy just yet. I'm not jumping for joy, but at least we're there, right? These are games that we had to take. Obviously, we had to take them. Now let's hope that they can freaking carry this thing going into Houston. No, we back in it. That's why the title of the thumbnail is "We Back in the Schlitt." I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail. I thought it was pretty creative. We back in the Schlitt, man, especially with Cam Schlittler. But the thing is, look, like again, we could roll in next week and be in the same situation we were last week, talking about how we took 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not jumping because we supposed to beat up on these teams. And that's why I was saying the Yankees put themselves in a spot, right? And the narrative is we can only beat up on bad teams, but we can't do it against good teams. So when we play a bad team, if we win, everybody's like, well, who cares, right? You're supposed to win. If we lose, then it's like, oh, you guys suck. How you lose to this? So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But we 2 games out. And come tomorrow, we got to, look, every game is important. That's what I'm saying. We can't be bullshitting. We can't be punting games or because we won the first 3 and we got the rubber match tomorrow. That's not a game to punt, especially with Toronto facing the Brewers. The Brewers have been kicking their asses. So tomorrow's a game that I don't slow up either. Tomorrow I pull out all the stops, Tomorrow I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm playing it as if we were playing the freaking a big team or like it's a playoff game. From here on out, every game is like a playoff game. That's how you treat it. You put your best out there. Because, opportunities are going to rise, right? That's what I kept saying, right? Because we have some Red Sox fans in here and Boston and Blue Jay fans all the time, and I keep telling them, look, you guys are not gonna win every single game. Just like I'm not gonna say it's impossible because obviously there's not, but it's highly unlikely that Toronto or Boston wins every single game from here on out. So we just got to make sure that we win more, right? A week ago we were 6.5 games back. And I said, look, we just got to win 7 more games, right? 7 from here on out, from here to the end of September, we got to make sure that our record is 7 more wins than the other team. And we first place. So we can't be thinking really about what team we're facing and everything. We just got to go out there and win. Go out there and win over and over and over as much as we can. Someone has to manage Boone. Oh, man, Boone needs a handler. He needs a handler for real. Mondays and off day 2, like you said, Jason, all stops tomorrow. Exactly. I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm treating it as if it's a freaking World Series game. Or maybe not like that, but like it's must win. It's must win because the Brewers, they rolling. They are rolling. You know what? What I'm gonna do is, what time is tomorrow's game? Let me see. All right, tomorrow's game is at 2:10 Eastern time, right? 14:10 Eastern time for my military people. All right, what time is Toronto's game? 1:30. All right, about the same time. We'll see. Like I said, man, they could really fly out of there 1 game behind first place after being a week ago. Look, guys, and we just showed it a week ago. This is today. Well, let me switch this. This is today. Just 7 days ago. Just 7 days ago, like Jacob pointed out, we were 5.5, 6.5 games back. This was 7 days ago. We've gained that much ground on them in 1 week, which is crazy. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Woken, what's up, man? I hate Jason Dominguez trying to swing for the fences first pitch. I mean, the dude gets to play once a week. I mean, he's like, fuck it, man. If I'm playing once a week, I'm gonna swing for the fences, man. Right? I mean, wouldn't you? Right? If you got to play once a week, you know that sucks, right? Especially because I've been there, man. When I used to play, I was on the bench before. You know what's that? You're on the bench all weekend, and your coach puts you in and asks you to bunt or something. You're like, bro, I got 1 at bat, and you're asking me to bunt. Like, just saying, man. JD never tries to hit singles anymore. They want him to slug. I'm sure they had the conversation with him because he at one point that's all he was hitting is singles. But they want Jason Dominguez to slug. That's what they want him to do. His slugging numbers are not there this year. I'm gonna put Jason Dominguez last 10 games. And if you want to do that, just put exclamation point, player's name, L10, L5, whatever. Or you can put last 5. Let it come up. This is Jason Dominguez's last 10 games. Not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. You know. Everybody's been playing pretty well for the most part. It's Cody Bellinger last 10. Right now I'm just pulling up people's last 10 games, trying to see something. Cody Bellinger has been on a tear. An absolute tear. Our last 10 games, 2 home runs, 442 on base percentage, batting damn near 400. He's been on a roll. Andrew says, Jason, you don't stream the games? What do you mean? Like, do like play-by-plays? I can't do a play-by-play, man. I don't have it. I don't have the attention span to be calling a game. I like to watch it, but I like to watch it and chill and eat chips and pretzels and bullshit and yell at my kids at the same time. And also, too, most of the time when I'm watching the game, I'm preparing for the stream, and I've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. As you can see, the stat chat thing is a lot different. And also, I brung back, you could, exclamation point, like HR, bring up home run leaders. stuff like that. I gotta make that bigger though. That's so small. You got Kyle Riley. Uh, you know, just any stats right there. Exclamation. Let's put that. Let's put K's. Yeah. Whatever, man. Sunil says, Jace, have a good night, brother. Yeah, you too. Thank you, man. What's up with your Cowboys, Sunil? They're doing dumb moves, man. They need to get Brian Cashman as their GM. Hire Brian Cashman. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. People saying they lost the playoffs before the season even started. Giancarlo Stanton last 15. Absolute beast. Absolute beast, man. A lot of people are upset of excuse me. A lot of people were upset at his pinch hit. They felt like it was a wasted pinch hit when he brung him in today. I mean, I wasn't upset. Like, I understand why he was doing it. He was going for he was trying to get a run. At that point, I think it was like 1-1 or something like that. The game was tied and Boone was trying to get lucky and get a home run. But he did kind of waste that one. 23 of y'all in here, 13 likes. Let's get it, man. Let's do better than that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. Damn, thirsty. Hold on a second. Jose G, what's up, my brother? My guy, you're getting your color back. A little bit, man. No, I've been sick, though. Today, I was doing some, like, yard work. Me and my son trying to trim the bushes and stuff in the front. And, man, I don't know, I started getting pain and started peeing blood and stuff. You don't know, I had a procedure on my kidneys last week. And I've been hurting. So next week, though, hopefully I have a stent in me. Next week, they're going to take it out. And I just want to get back to normal. I'm going to start working out again, try to get healthy and get back in shape. God willing. God did. A says, as a Giants fan, I hope Jerry lives forever. Yeah, man, that dude shooting himself in the foot. I believe it was the first pitch for Stanton. Yeah, it was kind of wasted, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Yankees manufactured runs tonight. Yeah, they did. They did. And you could tell even Volpe laid down a nice bunt. He's been hitting better. His last 2 games. I spelled it wrong. Anyway, his last 2 games, he's got several hits. So, I mean, look, this team, it's a lot that worries me about this team. I'm not going to lie. There really is. But at the same time, like, the potential is absolutely there. The potential for this team to go on a run and just take this thing to grab the AL East by the nuts, literally, is there. But also the potential for the Yankees to just blow it all up in their face is also there, you know? And we'll see. I don't trust a lot of Boone's decisions. I'll be honest. Even though he sometimes he's on. Sometimes he makes the right decision. But I don't know what this infatuation is with Devin Williams. You got to find a way to just, especially right there. I get it. He probably came into this game and he said, look, Cam Schlittler is going to pitch, and then it's going to be Devin Williams, and then it's going to be Weaver or whatever. He probably had he had it planned out already. But at that point, you got to get a feel for the game and be like, look, bro, this is a tight game. You look up at the scoreboard. The Blue Jays just lost. We need this win, right? We cannot afford to not win today. And you go a different route. Sometimes you have to deviate from the plan. That's just what it is. You have to improvise. You have to think on the fly, man. If you can't do that, then you're not gonna be a good manager, because shit is always changing. It really is. And Joe Torre would say it too. He says it all the time. Like, analytics is great and stuff, but you got to have a feel for the game, because all that stuff could change. Everything Analytics ain't gonna tell you that this guy, that this guy's nervous, right? And analytics ain't gonna tell you, oh, this guy freaking, you know, he got into an argument with his wife last night or something, end up calling the coach upset. Analytics ain't gonna tell you stuff like that. So, and I'm not saying that's what's going on behind the scenes, but you gotta play it smart. You gotta play it smart. You can't go Devin Williams there. I'm sorry, you just can't. It's crazy. The fact that he's still going with Devin Williams in these high leverage situations is absolutely insane. It really is. It's literally the definition of insanity. But let's look at tomorrow's matchup real quick. Tomorrow we got Luis Hill going up against Martin Perez. Martin. I don't know. I don't know any of these guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm talking about the White Sox guys. But this guy, he must be coming off the IL or just got called up or something, because he's only 1-3 with only 35 innings pitched, 7 games. But in those 35 innings, he's pitched well, even though he only has 1 win. But his ERA is 2, 32 strikeouts to 35 innings pitched. So I'm not familiar with the guy, but it doesn't matter, bro. Like, this guy, we got to beat up on this guy too. Right? Let's beat him up, pad our stats, get this W, and enjoy the day off and go into Houston rocking and rolling. Because I'm telling you, man, Houston, especially at this time of the year, and I trust me, because I've been to Houston. I live in San Antonio. So when I go watch Yankee games in Houston. I'm not going to this game because I got shit to do, but I know how it is, man. It's live over there, right? When the Yankees are in town, you get that playoff kind of atmosphere. And you can feel the tension, the hatred, and all that. Especially me. I'm a Yankee fan in a sea of Astro fans. So they gotta get this one. They really, really gotta get this one. And it says the next 2 weeks will show you why the Yankees don't deserve to be in the playoffs. And we'll see, man. I'll tell you why. Your Dodgers ain't looking too hot either, Andrew. Andrew, the more you talk shit, the more you jinx your team. Remember I told you, bro, be humble. I tell you, be humble, dude. Because when y'all get bounced, I don't want to hear nothing. And you better not hide either. Danny Boy says he loves his Cowboys. Your Cowboys are cooked, bro. Straight cooked. Yeah, Walker Buehler released by the Boston Red Sox. I'm looking forward to next week to see if the heart is real with the Yankees. I think they got heart, man. They just gotta put it together. They really do. Judge with a home run today. Let me see something. I mean, he's still behind, but look, I get it that like the whole Kyle Riley and Aaron Judge thing for MVP. Look, I feel like they're gonna rob Aaron Judge. I can already tell a lot of the big reporters, right? And these are the guys who vote on this stuff. They're all like saying like, oh, okay, they all sucking Kyle Riley right now, just glazing him hard. Talking about, oh, the dude, he's doing all this as a catcher and all, and I get it, right? And there's something for that. I get it, but it's like, my goodness, dude. Like, the numbers don't lie, man. I get it. He has a little bit more RBIs, and let me see, and like 8 more home runs or whatever it is, 9 more home runs. But Judge's numbers are way better. I don't care if he's a catcher or not. Like, bro, the numbers are there. Look at the on base percentage. It's absolutely insane. 42 home runs. And look at this. You tell me who deserves MVP. His numbers are great too. Don't get me wrong. The thing is too, like, and then it's like, who's more valuable to the team? You know, who is more valuable to the team? That's what it really should be, because it's most valuable player. Who's the most valuable? I don't know, and maybe I'm biased, but I feel like Judge is more valuable to his team than Kyle Riley. I think Kyle Riley, he's a huge part of that team, obviously, but that team, their pitching to me carries them. It does. Booney Toon scares me. Games get big and he gets in the way. Yeah, he tries to do too much. Like that dude needs to just chill. He really does. Yeah, I remember Dominguez called up at Houston. Yep, and he took Verlander and Javier deep. Yeah, man. Was it at Houston? It was at Houston, right? You're right. Who cares about MVP? We want to go to World Series and win. No, I know, but this is a son. I brought that up because I've been hearing a lot of chat on it on the radio, on YouTube, obviously, on MLB Network, and I feel like they like already discounting Judge. Already discounting Judge. And even because the talks are starting to come. And even the whole thing with I heard this guy, right? This shit pissed me off right here. The whole Kyle Schwarber and Shohei Ohtani thing. And I get it. Look, I'm not saying that I think Shohei Ohtani is the MVP. Is the MVP. But this guy, I don't even know. I was listening on the radio. And he had the nerve to say, well, Kyle Schwarber was just a DH, you know? And I was like, what are you talking about? Isn't that what Shohei's been the last 2 years? Just a DH? And he's won it both years? What are you talking about? But he made it seem like he can't win it because he's a DH. And I was like, man, these people, the biasness, it's unbelievable. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. But it shows you, and I say, because I really do believe that there's I don't know, there's I'm not gonna say hatred because that's a strong word, but there's like I don't know, something, man, where especially like people don't like the Yankees. They always say something about Judge. Well, Judge, he plays in Yankee Stadium, so, he's going to get more home runs. Even last year, they were like, well, Bobby Witt Jr. Well, I was like, bro, it's not even close. You really going to compare him with Bobby Witt Jr.? Don't get me wrong, Bobby Witt Jr. is great. But I'm talking this for 2024. You telling me, you comparing his numbers to Aaron Judge? Are you insane, dude? All because he don't play in Yankee Stadium. Judge is gonna hit home runs wherever he is. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are Yankee Stadium and they're wall scrapes, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Yeah, but it's a lot of I don't know. I feel like they're gonna. We'll see. They're gonna give it to him. Let me pull this up. See if this works. This is Bobby Witt Jr.'s numbers last year. And don't get me wrong, the dude's a beast, right? It's great numbers. Excellent. That's MVP numbers right there. MVP numbers for sure. But not when you're going up against this. Okay? Not when you have that, right? And this dude, there was a long conversation on the MLB radio, and they were talking about this stuff. And I felt like, man, like I felt like the hating on Judge, man, is just incredible. It's incredible, man. They don't like him. I was upset, to be honest. I'm like, bro, you guys acting like this dude ain't one of the greatest hitters ever. And then, of course, everybody brings up October, and it's true though. His October numbers are not great. And we could look. Let's put Judge October 2024. His numbers are not great, right? His numbers are not great in October. We know that. His last good year was probably 2021. Yeah, man. Well, you got to put the exclamation point. 2019 was probably his best year in October. You can't put Judge October 2025, dude. That's the future. You guys are crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. I don't know. I thought I'd bring that up because it was upsetting me. It really was. It was upsetting me. Let's take a look at tomorrow's game real quick. Let me bring this up. All right. Oh, we don't got much, but we got this here. So last 3 appearances, Luis Hill, his last 3 games have been really good. The walks are just too much though. He's gotta tone on those walks. You can't have the same amount of walks as strikeouts. That's not good. I think once he finds his command though, because the stuff is definitely there. His stuff is still there. He just needs to find his command. But once he does that, he's gonna be lights out again. So his last 3 appearances, 1.76 ERA, 13 hits allowed, 12 strikeouts, 12 walks. Now this guy right here, he's had a really good last 3 outings with a .57 ERA. His last 3 outings, 7 hits allowed, 14 strikeouts, and only 2 walks. So he throws strikes. So hopefully we jump on this dude and steal another win, sweep them. That's what we got to do. Damn, Judge future don't look good. I know, right? The future looks blank. Predicted numbers. Damn, you guys are hate on my guy, man. I don't trust Luis Hill in the postseason. He walks so much. Now, that's what I'm saying. He got to figure it out by then. He definitely got to figure it out. But if the let's say the playoffs started tomorrow and it was the wild card. I know I said last week that I would go with Luis Hill. It's a toss up for me. It really is. I like Cam though. He's really, really good. He's really good. But I don't know. I feel like a bad one is due, you know? And that could just be, and look, and I don't have nothing to prove that, right? It's just me going, my God. I feel like a bad outing is almost inevitable, is due at some point. I hope not, right? Knock on wood. But it just seems like that's how it works for some reason. But the Yankees are coming into shape. We definitely are coming into shape as the season winds down. And if we could get through these next 2 weeks, at least 500, boy, it was 12 games, at least 6-6 at the very bare minimum. And most of those 6 wins coming against the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. I think that we'll be in good shape. The rotation looks like it's coming into form. Cam Schlittler, obviously, coming in to replace Clark Schmidt has been huge for us. Offense looks better. I'm still not happy with the lineups and the way they're doing it. I still feel like Caballero should be the starting shortstop. Hands down. It's not even up for debate. But obviously the Yankees don't think so. So I think that eventually that will bite us in the ass if they keep doing this. And we'll see. We'll see next week, right? We'll see next week. It's great when Wells hits a home run and Volpe knocks a couple hits here and there, and all these guys who haven't done shit for the last 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, when we play a bad team, a bad pitcher, all of a sudden they come through. That's great. Great. Now let's see you do it when it really, really counts in games that really matter, when the pitching is tough, when the crowd is tough, when there's a lot on the line. Show me then, right? That's what I'm saying. Next week, and for the whole Yankees team, and for Boo and for everybody, show me next week. That's how I feel. Show me next week. It's great. Don't get me wrong. 7 wins in a row. Good job. Right? Now show me, right? Show me that you could beat these good teams. And then I'll really get behind the team. I'll really get behind them when they do that. Until then, though, it's one of those things like, okay, we'll see. We'll see. Yankees for the sweep tomorrow. Yes, sir. A bad one is definitely due, but Luis Hill hasn't impressed me lately. He hasn't, man. The thing with Luis Hill is his control is not there at all. The stuff is there, though. His control is not there. And at this, look, we'll see. Right now, though, if it had to start right now, I'm going with my hot hand, and that's Cam Schlittler, right? But Luis Hill, man, once he finds that control, he's gonna be good again. And you got to give him a break. Like the dude missed literally half a season. He literally missed half a season. He's in April right now. For him, everybody else is way down the line. This dude's still in April going into May. That's how late he started. So let's let him warm up a little bit. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping that by the mid-September, he's got enough starts and when he could feel his pitches and he starts rolling going into October. That's what I'm hoping for. But if not, then look, you bring up Cam Schlittler, and Cam Schlittler is your third guy. Some people want Cam over Rodon too. Some people think he should be the second starter. Either way, we'll see. We will see. Tomorrow's a good game for Hill to get right. Luis Hill he gotta get his control. He gotta find his command of his pitches. And once he does, I really do believe that he's gonna be really good again. But if he doesn't, then look, it is what it is, right? The same way I say, look, you gotta play Caballero over Volpe. It's the same thing with Luis Hill. If he comes over here and shits the bed, then look, you're going to the back of the rotation, dude. We got time. It's crunch time now. This is crunch time. The season is almost over. This is late. We're late into the season. We're getting real late. It's time to start winning. They got to start winning. They do. I'm going to take a 40-second break, and I'll be right back, guys. Let me leave this up for a second. His last 10. Yeah, Josh Chisholm's been killing it. I'll be right back, y'all.
Bullpen meatballs. Serving them up all 2025 season.
You better like the video, and while you're at it, subscribe to my friend Jason's channel.
The reason your butt has been hurting is because you have YDS, Yankees Derangement Syndrome.
Hey, y'all. Don't forget, channel members can bring up live player stats.
Josh Chisholm, last 10 games, 281, 4 home runs. Great. Ooh. Let me look at the wild card standing. I mean, the good thing too is that right now we're the top team in the wild card. So that's actually big too. Pull this up. This is the American League wild card right now. We're up a game and a half on the Red Sox. Mariners are right there holding on to that last spot, but the Royals are right behind them too. They're just 2 games out of it. And the Guardians 3 games out of it. So we got to start separating ourselves from those teams, man. If we could do that, at least at the very minimum, start separating ourselves from those bottom teams. And we are, because right now we're 4 games in there. Look, if you look at the streak, right, win 7. Yankees we won our last 7. Boston lost their last 2. Mariners lost the last 2. Guardians been on a little streak. They won their last 4. And when we look here, the last 10, Blue Jays are 5-5 in their last 10. We're 7-3. Red Sox also 7-3. I mean, hopefully the Blue Jays, look, their bullpen, their pitching is their Achilles heel, right? That's their Achilles heel. But we gotta hit them though, because they definitely, their offense is gonna come hitting. They can stick. We gotta out hit these guys. We definitely gotta out hit them, and that's the way to beat that team. Let's see. Yankees are the hottest teams in the last 20 games. Yeah, because most of those games, with the exception of 4 games versus Boston, most of those games were versus teams that are trash, But look what happened when we faced Boston. We literally got kicked in the teeth and then got kicked while we were down, like embarrassment. That's why it's hard for me to really get behind this team. Like, I hear what you're saying. We're the hottest team in the last 20 games. But that Boston series did happen, right? We can't act like that thing didn't happen. But at least, like, I think this is the longest winning streak we've had all season, which is crazy to me, to be honest. That's actually absolutely wild. Like, the longest winning streak before this was like 5 or something like that. I mean, most seasons that we go deep in the playoffs or we have really good teams, we at least have one winning streak that's like 8, 9, 10 or something like that, you know? We don't go like this. But 7-game winning streak, tomorrow if we win, we make that 8, go into Houston and try to keep that thing going. Try to keep it going. If we could get, like I said, we could get to Toronto being 2 games down from the Blue Jays in that Toronto series, or even less, maybe 1 game, or maybe tied, or something like that. If we could get to that series in that position in the standings, then it's at that point, man, it's anybody's. The division's up for grabs. The division is up for grabs after that. He said the Dodgers getting rocked. Let's see. I'm gonna look for it. Put this over here. Yeah, well, 6-1. I want to say they're getting rocked, but they're getting beat for sure. What's the standings in the West? Because they slipped out of first place for like a day or two. With the Padres, the Padres are gonna Padre. The Padres are gonna Padre. Oh, they 1.5 games. So if they lose, ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting right there. Let me see what the Padres did. And Padres handle business versus the Twins. Who we playing? Let's see Houston. Since we're about to run into Houston here shortly. They lost. These pictures up. Nope. Nah. Dodgers getting rocked, getting owned by Rockies. Now Diamondbacks. Mets got pimped today. But the Mets, man, the Mets have been playing good. They swept the Phillies. See, that was a game, man. That was like a Toronto versus Yankees, right? Or Mets versus Yankees. And they didn't fold. They didn't fold. They came through. And they're right there too. They're close. They're close. Let me see what the Mets are doing. Oh, they're not that close. They still 6 games behind. Dang. They there though. You see the wild card. Where they at in the wild card? At least they they still holding on to that last spot. But the Reds are 5 games back. They're not gonna catch them. The Mets they're gonna be a wild card team most likely. They have a lot of games versus the Phillies, so they could technically catch them. I think they got like 4 more games versus the Phillies. They could catch them. Y'all seen what's up, my brother? You received the Yankee chain? No doubt, man. How you like it? I'm glad you got it. It doesn't matter. Mets are doing Met things. They got cursed. Yeah, they did. You know what? I forgot, bro. I have a trivia. Y'all want to do a trivia? 5 questions, or should I save it for tomorrow? Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. Tomorrow's an early game, so I'll be able to come on more early after the game. These night games be killing me, man. No, yeah, I'll save it for tomorrow. We'll do a trivia during the post-game stream. And the winner will get a chain like this. That's what we'll do. You know, my biggest thing, to be honest, is Boone makes me worried. He really does. He worries me because he don't learn from his mistakes. He really doesn't. And And he gets outmanaged by these guys. Like Alex Cora always outmanages him. He finesses Boone. Oh my God, Boone falls right into his traps. And it's just I don't know. I don't trust the guy. I think that he sometimes he doesn't know. I truly do believe that he already coming into this game, he had a set of pitches he was gonna go to. He was like, I'm gonna get 6 from this guy. I'm gonna get 6 from Schlittler, and then I'm gonna go to Devin Williams and Luke Weaver after whatever. And he don't know how to change his plan. Like sometimes the score could dictate, or just the field, what's happening on the field can dictate who should be in there, right? Sometimes you gotta have a feel for the game. It's true what Joe Torre was saying. You gotta have a feel for the game. You just have to. You can't be a robot. You can't stick to a script. This ain't a freaking movie. This is not. It's freaking sports. You can't script sports. You really can't. What can go wrong will go wrong. Always. That's Murphy's Law. And bringing in Devin Williams with a 1-run lead is what can go wrong, right? There's a lot that can go wrong there. And immediately, as soon as he brought him in, he gave up a double. Off the rip. A double. And then finally the dude drove the guy in. He's got to do better, man. He's got to do better. And then even with the Austin Wells thing, and I get it what Jacob was saying. Jacob was like, well, if you take Austin Wells there in the top of the 10th, you don't have a backup cat. You don't have another catcher in case somebody gets hurt, which will be Ben Rice, because at that point Ben Rice will have to be the catcher. But in my thing is like, who cares, right? Who cares? Because if you get that run there, you probably win anyway. But you got probably, I'm not gonna say not the slowest. Wells isn't the slowest guy on the team, I don't think, but he's definitely not faster. He's not faster than Rosario, and his base running IQ is just low. It really is. It's very low. Like, he's made so many mistakes this season already, forgetting how many outs there is. Getting doubled up on first the other day. I don't know why they did that. I really don't. And Austin Wells, he got to do better though. You can't go on contact, right? On a play like that, man. It's only 1 out. Was it 1 out or was it no outs? If it's no outs, that's even worse. But the infield is in. There's no way you're beating that. Even if you go on contact, there's no way you're beating that play to home. He should have never did that. All right. I can't believe the Yankees bunted today. Yeah, they bunted several times. I don't know why Wells was bunting in that situation. He tried to lay down a bunt with 2 outs. I don't know what he was doing there, but Volpe bunted, even though he looked surprised. When the ball hit his bat, he looked real surprised, but it was a good bunt nonetheless. Let's see. But you know what's crazy? I felt like I was happy to see bunts, but I felt like they started over bunting. And that's a Boone thing, man. He overdoes it. He'll over bunt. But at least, the small ball, they finally learned how to freaking move a runner over, how to get a ghost runner in, even though they didn't get the ghost runner in. Because Austin Wells got thrown out at home on a stupid play, but that's how you do it. With the ghost runner, you have a runner literally in scoring position starting the inning. They're literally giving you a free run. All you have to do is lay down a bunt and lay down a bunt, move the runner over, and then put the ball in play. And you literally, it's almost a free run. And we haven't figured that out yet, though. For some reason, we cannot get that right. Everyone's grandma owns Boone. Damn, man. Boone made a great decision today, bringing in Devin in that spot. Yeah, freaking genius, right? I feel like he can't help himself. He really can't help himself. But bring him in high leverage situations. My thing is like, bro, you're really gonna act like this guy hasn't blown 15 games this season. You're really gonna act like that? It's crazy. Boone is okay. The players need to do their job also. Devin is being paid money to get it done. No, you're right though. The players got to get it done, but if they not, bro, why am I putting them in there? If I got somebody else I could go to, I'm bringing in somebody else. I'm not bringing in these guys. Now it says Dave Roberts just lost to the Diamondbacks 2 nights in a row. Yeah, they got a narrow lead on the Padres. They right there though. Rest up my G. See you tomorrow. Good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you forgot, one love, Jason. I received my fire merch. Oh, you got it? That's what's up, man. I gotta send you one of these too, Jose. I just haven't had a chance to go to the to UPS, but I'm gonna send you it. I got you. I don't know. I don't care. No matter what, Williams would have never get the ball in that high level. Yeah, he shouldn't. Especially, like, I get it if he's the last guy you got, right? But he's not. You have guys after that. You saw he brought in Weaver right after that. He brought in Weaver. And it's like, what are we doing? You should have just went with Weaver. You should have just went with Weaver. And well, YJ, man, you too, brother. I ain't forget about you, bro. I got you, man. I've been hurting a little bit, but I'm gonna send you a light. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll make my way over to UPS, send that over. Dave Roberts isn't good, but Boone is worse at this point. Well, I'll tell you what, they went head to head, toe to toe, blow for blow, pause in last year's World Series, and Boone got finessed. He got outclassed and outmanaged. For the love of me, I would never understand why he put in Nestor Cortez. I know I don't want to keep bringing up old stuff, but to this day, I would never understand that. That had to be one of the dumbest, unexplainable, just weirdest moves ever I've ever seen a manager do. It made no sense. It just didn't. Don't forget to send you got to win yours, brother. Yeah, Yassine won his. You got to win. Yeah. But anyway, folks, look, that's going to do it for me, man. I'm about to call it a night. Again, it's not really much to talk about this here. I could sit here and just keep going over the same stuff over and over and over again and just talk a whole bunch of shit. But until next week, we're going to really find out what this team is really made of. What happened tonight, winning against this team, that's supposed to happen. And at the same time, we almost blew it. We almost blew a game versus the White Sox. And all these games feel like must-wins. Every time Toronto loses and Boston loses, it's a must-win for the Yankees. And they almost blew it. They got lucky, but that's not going to – you can't play like that versus the good teams. They'll kill you. Yassine says, Yordan Alvarez is back for the Astros. Just in time, right? Just in time. Of course he is. Of course he is. That guy's dangerous, though. I'll tell you that much. He's clutch. They're set up to take the division. I'm talking about the Yankees. Yeah, we could take the division, man. We really, really could. We really could. Just imagine if we had just split. If we had split that series with Boston, just one more game, right? We'd be right there with this team. We'd be like one game behind, 1.5 games or whatever. But we gotta hold that. We can't go into Houston, or we can't look. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see the lineup, Boone's lineup tomorrow. See what he puts out. We can't go tomorrow punting games, right? Especially with an off day on Monday. We got an off day. Look, tomorrow we going all in. I'm putting in all my pitchers if I have to. We have to get this sweep. And then we got to take care of business in Houston. The goal is to make it to the Toronto series, which starts on the 5th. The goal is to make it to that series. I'm going to say, look, obviously 3 games. If we're back 3 games, we could. But no, I'm going to say 2 games behind. At 2 games, maybe even one behind in that series versus Toronto. That's the goal. If we could get there like that, then I'm telling you, we could leave that series at first place. But it's gonna be up to them. It really is gonna be up to them. Yeah, Yassine says he don't like the lineup being different every day. You're right. We need to finish the game ahead of Toronto for real, man. We got to finish the series. We got to take that series from them. 2 out of 3 bare minimum. We cannot let them win another series from us. We just can't. Absolutely cannot. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. If you guys, I wanted to ask you guys too. I mean, it's only 20 of y'all here. If y'all still here, man, I appreciate it. Most of y'all are the hardcore. Y'all rock with me all the time, man. If you got any ideas and stuff, anything that you think I could do to make the stream better, to make the chat better, in terms of like, you see, I do like the live chat stats and all of this stuff here and all this. Like, if there's something that you think will be cool, man, give me the ideas, man. Put them in the comments in one of the videos or something. Email me, whatever it is. Because I've been just thinking about things that I can do to make everything better. I've upgraded the live chat stat, right? The live stat chats or whatever I call it. I've updated that to the max already. Like, you can do so much. You can pull up career stats. If I put like, I don't know, let's put Anthony. No, I did Anthony Volpe a lot. Let's put Austin Wells career. Like, you can put up career stats, any player, all that stuff. You could put up last 5 games, last 20 games, as of July 1st, as of any date. All these things that I added, but I'm still thinking, I'm looking for ideas, something to make it better. I'm always looking for a way to, I don't know, just get more creative. Obviously, a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to be bringing back, I used to do a betting, like a fantasy, you know how like FanDuels, you pick your players for the day and they get a certain amount of points and all that. I'm going to bring that back. I've been working on it to make it much better and more prettier and just everything, you know. Let me see if I can pull it up. So that will be coming back. It's going to take some time, man, because it's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. Let me see something. I'm trying to. Oh, I don't know how I put it. Great. Yeah. When is the trivia? Oh man, I was gonna do it too, but it's not a lot. I don't like doing it. It was only like 4 or 5 of you. I could have done it tonight. There's only 13 of us in here, so I ain't gonna do it tonight. We'll do it tomorrow, man. Tomorrow I'll try to come on earlier and I'll just start the show with it and do the trivia. Yeah, I got the trivia going and stuff. My thing, man, look, man, I worked a lot of this stuff, man. I worked really hard on. I know for me, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I know that there is nothing like this on YouTube. Nothing. You're not gonna find it, bro. It doesn't exist. Like, this is truly one of one. Like, the way to pull up stats, the way it grabs everybody. I could pick up anybody's. I don't know. Think of I'll put Ty Cobb. You know, whatever. I think that's how you spell it. You know what I mean? There really is nothing like it. I worked hard on this stuff, but now I'm looking for something else. I feel like I've took it to as far as I could take the stats stuff, the trivia and everything. I'm looking for something else. I was thinking about like a crossword or just some games or something that we can do from the chat. So if you have ideas, drop the ideas. So that way I'm all out of ideas, to be honest. And if I could do it, I'll do it. If I can't, then, I'll just tell you, man, I couldn't do it, you know. But anyway, folks, that's gonna do it for me. Jason O, man, I got you tomorrow, man. I got you. We're gonna do the trivia tomorrow, and I'll start it with the trivia. I'll do my usual 5-minute, 10-minute talk, and then we'll go straight into the trivia. Besides that, man, appreciate you, Lou. Appreciate everybody. That's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm thinking about starting to do pre-games too. Cause I have some stuff, man. I've been working on some shit behind the scenes. As far as like, you know, like the graphics and all this crazy stuff that I'll be doing. But it's gonna be a lot of work, and I don't know if I want to like the pre-games and stuff, a lot of times I'm with the kids and stuff. So you said make it harder? Pause. Oh, you talking about the trivia? Oh, you want the trivia harder? Pause. Man, that don't sound right. All right, man. Make it hard. I will. We'll make it harder. Anyway, folks, man, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go Yankees, man, for real. 7 straight. 7 straight, man. Have a blessed one, y'all. Take care.